Joining me now is Texas Congressman Jody Arrington. He is the chairman of the House Budget Committee. Mr. Chairman, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here.
Good to see you.
What do you think about a reconciliation package? You've said that Republicans should use reconciliation to safeguard our economic and national security interests, right?
Why wouldn't we use the most consequential legislative tool we have to continue to build on the momentum from the one big beautiful bill where we've seen economic growth, wages going up. We've opened up domestic energy production and the energy costs are down. People are keeping more money in their pockets with refunds and less withholdings. Let's build on it. We have this opportunity to address what Democrats have done to make health care unaffordable with premiums and deductibles doubling because of Obamacare. They've grown at a clip that's twice the private market. They've done the same thing in housing, although long-term interest rates are coming down. People are paying about $200 less a month in their mortgage payments. Their car payments have gone down. Their credit card payments have gone down. I can keep going. Why not build on it? And at the center of our reconciliation bill, outside of more controls to prevent the waste and fraud that we've seen in Minnesota, no doubt, is all across this country in other means-tested welfare programs and other entitlements. Let's come alongside the president and let's codify Trump's America First trade deals that have opened up access to new markets, leveled the playing field, and have addressed what I think is a major national security threat in terms of dependence on other countries for important materials and products, whether it's wafer manufacturing or drugs, et cetera. So, yes, we should do it. We shouldn't think twice about it.
Right. I mean, and you're referring to China and India in terms of our reliance, but it seems to me that reconciliation is the only long-term path here. I mean, Section 122, which is one of the levers that the president is using, that'll be live for 150 days. After that, Congress has to vote to sustain the tariff, and that seems unlikely. I mean, look at what one analyst writes this morning. The timing is hard to believe. It perfectly lines up with the Friday of the start of the 38-day congressional August recess.
Well, you know, one thing I'd like to see is a Democrat vote against what is 18 deals, effectively 50% of our global markets, Maria, where we have zero tariffs on the U.S. products going to those export markets. And that have resulted in quadruple tariff revenue, that have resulted in deficits, trade deficits going down about $100 billion in the case with China, among other positive effects. So, but look, I don't think we should wait for Democrats to join us. I don't think they will. I think they're dead set on finding ways to trip the president up and obstruct him with shutting down the government, et cetera. Let's do a unilateral play like we did with the one big beautiful bill and lock them in. The president can use 301 after the 150 days. They can go through the investigation process. But what happens after 4 years?
Right. He's got plenty of options, I know. But you mentioned the government shutdown. I mean, here we are with the shutdown of the Department of Homeland Security entering a second week. Senate Democrats in the White House still far apart on any of the negotiations here about ICE and about the Border Patrol. Federal workers are now going to miss their paycheck for the first time since funding lapsed. TSA PreCheck apparently is operational for now, but that's reversing early reports that the PreCheck program was going to be suspended. I mean, this is how serious this shutdown is. It stalled a Senate vote on the Save America Act as well. The legislation, of course, requires proof of citizenship to vote. And I spoke with Utah Senator Mike Lee yesterday on why driver's licenses alone are not enough to prove citizenship. Watch this.
In nearly all 50 states, you can get a driver's license even if you are not a U.S. citizen. In 19 states plus D.C., you can get a driver's license even if you're a known illegal immigrant.
Right.
And that's exactly why we've got to do this, because under the 1993 NVRA, if you fill out one of these forms, check the box and sign your name, that's all you have to do when applying for a driver's license to simultaneously register to vote. That's why that's not enough, because in nearly every state, you can go through that process. And as long as you're willing to lie on that form and sign your name to it, then you can register to vote. There ought to be more required than that.
So, Mr. Chairman, what about that? I know you passed the SAVE Act in the House, but we're not going to have a talking filibuster this week or anytime soon until you can fund the Department of Homeland Security, according to Mike Lee.
Well, let's just look at the irony here. The Democrats, as part of their unreasonable list of demands, include the identities or showing the faces of these ICE agents, where they've had assaults go up by 3,000%, death threats by 8,000%. But they don't want proof of identity for illegal immigrants who are trying to vote in this country. Makes no sense. I don't think they're going to go through it. The pain, again, they got the bigger blowback when they shut the government down for the longest duration ever several months ago. And so I don't think they're going to go through with it. To your point, at the end of this week, they're starting to lose pay. The TSA, National Guardsmen, and we haven't mentioned the Cyber and Critical Infrastructure Security Agency. These are very important and pose a serious risk if we don't fund them. So Democrats, I believe, will come to their senses, Maria, and by the end of this week. That's my prediction. By the
end of this week. Well, so far they've used the tariff ruling as a way to grandstand and ramp up the rhetoric. I mean, an armed man was shot and killed over the weekend after breaching the perimeter around President Trump's home, Mar-a-Lago. Police identified him as 21-year-old Austin Tucker Martin of North Carolina, saying he was carrying a shotgun and a fuel can. With more of these scary threats against President Trump, Democrats are still on a mission to attack the commander-in-chief. Listen to this crazy new ad from Illinois Senate candidate Juliana Stratton, which is filled with profanities. Watch this.
Trump. Vote Juliana.
They said it, not me.
Trump.
Trump. Trump.
Vote Juliana.
I mean, is she serious? And then you've got Pritzker endorsing this. California gubernatorial candidate Katie Porter did the same thing during a California Democrat convention. Watch this.
Trump. Together, we're going to kick Trump's in November. I'll stand up to Trump and his cronies just like I did in Congress, with or without my whiteboard.
But this is disgusting, Mr. Chairman. Why do they think anybody wants an elected official in place after using this language in their campaign? Do they have anything else in terms of policy other than attacking Trump?
No. I mean, that's why they shut the government down over funding illegal immigrants' health care. And now they're shutting it down over ICE agents doing a very dangerous job to rid our country of violent criminal aliens. They've got nothing. Maria, they're placating to their base in a primary. They are hostage. They are holding us hostage. They themselves are held hostage by the radical left. It's pathetic, and it's a violent political culture that they continue to stoke.
Well, it certainly feels like their backward policies do not resonate with the American people, so they need new people to come in, illegals to come in, to vote for them. I mean, I don't know if you could look at it any other way, that they don't want, ID to prove you're an American citizen to vote. What's the problem? Congressman, it's always a pleasure to see you. Thank you, Jody Arrington. We'll be right back. Stay with us.